Hey guys, Dave here. Well, I got a hankering for some cabbage rolls, but I didn't want to be bothered boiling the cabbage and making the filling and the sauce and all that. So I decided to do up a cabbage roll casserole, and it came out incredibly good. You're going to love it, so let me share it with you. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is throw some oil into a pan over medium-high heat. Then toss in a pound of medium ground beef. Then just break this up a little bit, and if you get some lean, that might be a little bit easier because we are going to have to drain some grease off this. And you can see what I mean here. There is quite a bit of grease and water, and I came across some grass-fed stuff, and it is really good. But in this case, I'm using the old tube stuff, which in general isn't the greatest, but it'll do in a pinch. Alrighty then, what I've done here is move the beef to one side, and I'm going to throw in a small chopped onion. And if you know me at all, 3 cloves of the old chopped garlic, because garlic is incredibly good for you. Then we'll just stir and saute everything together until that wonderful, wonderful aroma of the onion and garlic fill the air. And there is nothing nicer than that aroma filling the kitchen. Oh my goodness, it makes you hungry already. Next up, we're going to go in with a can of tomato or tomato sauce, but don't put the whole can in, only put about 3/4 in, and I'll tell you why later. Grab up the old spoon and give everything a stir around until that tomato sauce mixes with that beef and onion and garlic. Now we're talking. Season things up with a bit of salt, I'd say about a teaspoon. And of course some of the ground black pepper, and I go a little heavy on that, so about 1.5 teaspoons. For a bit of extra heat, I don't know, 1/2 teaspoon of hot pepper flakes, entirely up to you. And something I use all the time, a good heaping teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And yes, you guessed it, we'll give the old stir-rooney here, and my oh my, this is starting to look good, a little bit like spaghetti sauce. Alrighty then, we'd let this simmer away for a few minutes, and I'm going to add in a cup of whole grain uncooked rice. And of course you don't have to use whole grain, you can use basmati, whatever rice you like. And we'll give everything a stir around here, and it is starting to look like a cabbage roll mixture to me. Next up, what I got here is some cabbage that I kind of chopped up or sliced up into long, thin slices, something like that. So, what we're going to do now is just throw a layer of this into the bottom of my fancy, dancy casserole dish. You can use whatever casserole dish you like. And you probably guessed it, we're going to scoop up some of that delicious, delicious filling and add it over top of that cabbage. Then another layer of cabbage. I think you're kind of getting the drill here. It's something like building a lasagna. Only different is cabbage rolls. Or casserole. Whatever, you get the idea. Of course, another layer of our filling over top of that cabbage. Then just a bit more cabbage over top of that final layer. And remember I said don't use all of that tomato sauce? This is why. We're going to go over the top with that remaining 1/4 can of tomato sauce. Now we are finito. We're going to wrap this with some aluminum foil or aluminium for you guys on the other side of the pond. Then in we go to a 375 degree Fahrenheit, 190 Celsius preheated oven for about 45 minutes. After about 45 minutes, we're going to pull it out of the oven and remove that foil. And man, oh man, if you were here, guys, this is smelling incredibly good. As we used to say back in grade school, back in the day, if you don't believe me, just ask me. For the finito grand finale, over the top we go with some grated mozzarella. I mean, you just gotta have, the dish just screams mozzarella to me. Now, of course, back into the oven we go for an additional 5 or 10 minutes just to let that mozzarella melt down. And there it be, guys, in all its glory, our cabbage roll casserole. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than this. So simple, so easy, so quick, and absolutely delicious. But we do need something green, so I'm going to garnish this up with a bit of dried parsley. And you could also use Parmesan, whatever, or Parmesan, I guess, whatever you like. Go ahead and cut into this and just look at it. Doesn't it look absolutely incredible? Lift it up, guys, and simply to die for, at least in my opinion, anyway. And I mean, you bite into this, it is every bit as good as everyday cabbage rolls. You are going to love it, and if you do make it up, leave us a comment because I love to read them. Most of all, like and subscribe. It helps the channel out. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned Sunday for some hillbilly meatballs.